Imagine a completely ordinary day, a normal morning. Nothing unusual is happening. People leave their homes. Some hurry to work, some ride the bus, some stand in traffic. Some drink coffee and look out the window. The world feels stable, reliable, predictable. We are used to thinking that the ground beneath our feet will always be solid, that it is the foundation, the support, something that cannot fail. But beneath this confidence lies one important truth. The earth has never been motionless. It is moving, slowly, silently, every day, every second. And sometimes that movement becomes too sudden. Now imagine that in one moment, something goes wrong. You feel a strange sensation, as if you lost your balance, as if the world slightly tilted. You think it is dizziness, but then the floor begins to move. Walls start shaking, windows rattle, objects fall. The sound becomes muffled, as if everything around you is covered by a thick dome. And at that moment, you realize it's not you, it's the earth. In the first seconds, the brain refuses to believe it. The mind searches for explanations, tries to find logic, but there is no logic, only motion. Buildings sway, asphalt cracks, roads break apart, people scream, communication fails, electricity shuts down, panic begins. This is not a movie, not special effects, not editing. This is a major earthquake. And today, we will break it down, slowly, step by step. What actually happens to the Earth when it releases energy that it has stored for decades, hundreds, and sometimes thousands of years. Earthquakes happen every day, all around the planet, thousands of times per day. Most of them are so weak that we never feel them. Special instruments record them, but for humans, they remain unnoticed. The danger begins somewhere else, when the magnitude reaches 8 or higher. It is important to stop here and understand one thing. The magnitude scale is not linear. This means the difference between 7 and 8 is not the same as between 1 and 2. Each increase by 1 unit means about 30 times more energy. Repeat that again, 30 times. This means a magnitude 9 earthquake is not just a little stronger. It is an event of a completely different level, a different scale, different consequences. Such earthquakes do not just destroy buildings, they change landscapes, reshape regions, trigger chain reactions, and sometimes they affect the planet itself. To understand why this happens, we need to look deeper, literally beneath our feet. The Earth's crust is not solid. It is made of huge tectonic plates. These plates are moving, not fast, not noticeably, sometimes only a few centimeters per year, but they move constantly. Plates collide, separate, slide beneath one another. At the contact points, they get stuck, locked. And this is where stress begins to build. Years pass, decades, sometimes centuries. On the surface, nothing happens. Cities stand, people live, life goes on. But inside, enormous pressure is accumulating. Imagine a massive metal spring, slowly compressed. From the outside, it looks calm, but inside, every millimeter is under tension, and at some point, the spring can no longer hold. When the release happens, energy is unleashed instantly, in seconds. The Earth's crust breaks, shifts, fractures. Shock waves spread in all directions. The ground beneath your feet begins to move like waves. A person loses balance. Standing becomes impossible. Cars bounce, trains derail. Bridges begin to collapse. Buildings, once thought solid, sway like pendulums. In some places, the ground can rise or sink by several meters, literally in a single moment. Where there was a flat road yesterday, today there is a crack several meters wide. In some places, the ground can rise or sink by several meters, literally in a single moment. Where there was a flat road yesterday, today there is a crack several meters wide. Animals sense earthquakes before they happen. They react to micro vibrations, to changes in the magnetic field, to signals humans cannot detect. People, however, learn about the disaster only when it has already begun. If an earthquake occurs beneath the ocean, the consequences become even greater. The seabed shifts suddenly. Massive volumes of water are set in motion. In the open ocean, this wave may be almost invisible, but as it approaches land, it slows down and begins to grow in height. This is how a tsunami is born. This is not an ordinary wave. This is not a storm. This is a wall of water. It moves at enormous speed and carries tremendous energy. When such a wave hits the coast, it does not just flood land, it wipes everything away. A tsunami can cross entire oceans. It can strike one continent and hours later reach another. The farther it travels, the more regions fall under threat. Coastal cities, ports, fishing villages often are completely destroyed. People do not have time to react. The water arrives too fast. But the impact of a major earthquake does not end at the surface. There is a little-known fact. Such events affect the planet itself. When massive portions of the Earth's crust shift, the distribution of Earth's mass changes. It is similar to a figure skater. When they pull their arms inward, they begin to spin faster. After some major earthquakes, scientists recorded a slight increase in Earth's rotation speed, only by fractions of microseconds. The Earth's axis can also shift by several centimeters. These are tiny changes, but they prove one thing: the Earth reacts as a whole. Major earthquakes can also influence volcanic activity. Changes in pressure within the mantle can awaken volcanoes, even those that have been dormant for decades. This is especially common in regions along the Pacific Ring of Fire. This is where most of the strongest earthquakes and eruptions occur. Now, let's talk about humanity. Modern civilization is extremely vulnerable. We depend on electricity, on the internet, on communication, on transport, on logistics. One powerful. And all of this can stop working. Cities are left without power, without water, without communication. Hospitals run on backup systems. Communication is unstable. Panic spreads. People try to escape, but roads are destroyed. Airports are closed. Ports are flooded. The economic damage from one major earthquake can reach trillions of dollars. But money is not the main issue. Time is. Restoring destroyed regions can take decades. Some cities will never be fully rebuilt. History already knows such examples. And yet, the main question arises: can an earthquake destroy the Earth? The answer is no. No earthquake, even the strongest one, can destroy the planet. The Earth has survived asteroid impacts, supervolcano eruptions, mass extinctions,
and every time it continued to exist.
But humanity is not as resilient.
Earthquakes remind us of one simple truth. We are not the masters of this planet. We are part of it. We build cities, plan the future, believe in stability. But the Earth lives by its own laws. And sometimes it reminds us of that in just a few seconds. The question is not whether a major earthquake will happen. The question is when it will happen and whether we are ready for that moment.
If you listen to the end, write in the comments. Is humanity ready for such a future? Subscribe to the channel if you want to understand the world more deeply. More stories are ahead, stories that will make you think.